Hey there, Taurus Sun, Taurus Moon, Taurus Rising. Welcome to your sneak peek for 2023. We're going to take a look at your overall energy for the year, and then we're going to do a deep dive into the first quarter of the year. And we're going to cover things like the area to focus on, what's going to change, your career and finance, and what can you do to focus on improving within yourself to improve all of your relationships across the board. So you guys have this great card here. Accept your magnificence for your overall energy. You have been having the North Node go through your sign, trying to show you and guide you and lead you into some big changes in the new direction. And now it is time to step into your power. So this is going to be a year where you really are being asked to show your strength. Okay, so stripes. You earn your stripes, right? You have worked hard. You've learned something. You've been growing. You've been developing skills. You've been mastering things, and it's time to step up into your magnificence. And this first quarter, though, you need to really try to focus in on your intuition. You have great intuition. You're being invited to use it. You have the bat. And the bat says to see through illusion into the truth. So the Hierophant card to me often depicts what is true and what is not true. And can we find that within ourselves? And can we be our own authentic selves instead of having someone else dictate to us who and what we are? And are we willing to step up and be, to master our own sense of truth and self-worth? And when I see this bat here combined with the tiger, I think this is definitely about being willing to see through the illusion of others, but also see through the illusion of maybe what you have been told about who you are or who you're supposed to be or what society expects of you, and instead be willing to step up and be your own self. Okay, wow. All right, so in the area of what to focus on, it's about bringing things back into balance. You have what would be basically like the Six of Pentacles. It is the Six of Earth here. It is 5 elements though. But this one, because it's called generosity. So the area to focus on is bringing things back into balance. Now, that means generosity of energy. So your time, your talents, your finances, where are you giving away more than you're getting back? So that's one way to bring things into balance. But also, where are you taking more than you're giving? And only you can really answer those questions. You're being asked to do the deep spiritual. It's not spiritual. It is, but it's authentically truthful, deep dive. So it almost feels like, I don't want to use that word. Can I have another word? They're not giving me another word. Okay, so an autopsy of a situation. So it is almost as though something has ended, which makes sense because you're still in that energy, that full moon in your sign. Something major has ended, but it is a self-evaluation. It's so kind of doing your own end of the year review of yourself or a situation. Where is the balance sheet? So this could totally be finances, right? I'm looking at my finances. I've been spending way too much over here. I need to cut back. I need to make these adjustments. Totally. But I think you do that anyway. So because it's the bat and the bat is more spiritual, I think this is in another area of your life in addition to that. So I know you're going to do that because you probably already started. But there's a need to do that maybe in a relationship or a power dynamic or even where am I with my gifts and my skills and my career? Am I leveling up? Are things going the way they're supposed to go? So you have here in the area of change, you have conflict and you have returning. So these are Ching cards, and they require throwing coins to see which is the area that's going to change. And because conflict is kind of broad, I'm going to pause the video right now. I'm going to throw the coins and then I'll be right back so we can figure out what the heck they're talking about, okay? Okay, Taurus, so this is super fascinating. I don't generally like to read out of the book because I think people don't like it, but there's really no other way to explain this without doing so. The card of conflict didn't have any change in it, so we have to go with the basic thing. And it says a conflict in which one party is not sincere inevitably leads to subterfuge and distortions. In such situations, those with a strong character keep a clear head, protect their integrity, and look out for their own interests, even when seeking compromise. It can help to find a fair-minded mediator, right? This bat says you are going to see through some kind of illusion to the truth. So there is a conflict in which the need to keep your head, to keep a clear head, because somebody's not being sincere in the situation. So you have the returning card that came with it, and the change lines on this was 4 and 5. It says those who have been under the influence of self-serving people can turn themselves around through the positive support of one true friend. So part of this illusion is seeing who really is on your side, who's loyal, who's actually a true friend to you, and who's messing around with you, right? A willingness to abandon the herd instinct may lead to some lonely moments, but with the help of a like-minded person, it can lead to much success. In other words, going along to get along seems easy. It's the path of least resistance so often, but your authentic self, right? Accept your magnificence. The North Node's been in your sign working on you, trying to help you along this path of who authentically are you? Where do you fit in? And it says here, when the turning point arrives, the noble search their heart, and in doing so, discover their proper course. Those who are honest with themselves rise to the occasion on moments of great importance. And so again, there was this one. So again, it is about searching your heart, using, like, really being authentic and true to yourself. To how do you bring balance back into your life? This first quarter of the year, there's a lot of focus on this assessing of a situation. Who is being honest? Who's truly got your back? And who doesn't? And this is telling me you are going to, with taking the time to actually spend some time with a clear head thinking through this. The bat uses sonar, right? So it's almost as though, they see the obstacles. And so it's kind of like if you look at a situation, where have there been blocks and stops along the way, and why have they been there? And the more you tune into that, I think that it's almost like the pieces start to slot into place, and you can see where who is legitimately there on your side and who's not. And this becomes a turning point in your life, one where you recognize, who's your new soul tribe, because you just went through a major transition. You've got Uranus in your sign and the North Node. And so this is definitely about shifting and changing and moving into a new direction. And so that becomes really important. Oh, okay. So, speaking your truth. This could totally be something that's going on at work. Because, this Six of Earth is like about money, and, these business cards here. Wow, you have an opportunity to really step up and make some changes here. So, in the matter of finance, career, money in general, you have nourish the sacred feminine, and you have the Queen of Wands. So, let's start here first. Two of Wands with this fearless expression. I love this. Okay, see all this blue here? This is your authentic truth. This is you being authentic to what you believe in. Fearless expression. Taurus rules the throat. That's the body part. And so it is your willingness to speak your truth. What is your truth? What is true for you? Not what's been crammed down your throat, not what you were told or what you've been expected to do because of society. You're being asked to go down into your root here, into the sacral area and the root chakra here, and think, what is really true for me? And here's a decision to be made. We've got one wand here. That's the old wand. And here's the new one. It's making a choice. And she's got the globe there. She's moving in a new direction. Fearless expression. You could be making a job change. You could be making a career change. You could be relocating. You could be starting a new business. Whatever it is that's authentic to you. It could be that you catch somebody at work trying to steal your idea and take credit for it. You speak up and you go, no, that's my idea, and I claim it, right? And so it's something like that. And then you have Nourish the Divine Feminine. This is creative energy. The Two of Wands and the Queen of Wands, this is very creative energy. This is choosing to do something that you can grow and expand. And so this Nourishing the Feminine, you are a feminine sign. The Empress is one of the major arcana that represents your sign because fertile and growth. And then you add the fire and the excitement of this very grounded. See how she's sitting there? She's very grounded like you, Taurus. Very grounded. But she is using this wand that she has selected, and she is creating magic. And that magic is in your career, finance, and career, finance, and money sector. Well, that's money, finance, career, I don't know, whatever. It's a great opportunity. So, that's wonderful. That looks great. That looks great. I feel like this conflict, who's not on your side thing, could be more on the personal. Let's just see here. Yeah, you may be having the opportunity. Maybe you're somebody who's been dating a lot, who's getting ready to settle down a little. You want to manifest a relationship. So, what do you focus on in the areas to improve all of your relationships? This isn't just your intimate partnerships, but I do see that going to be a thing here. You have the card of manifestation. I love that she's sitting there grounded. So this feels to me like, how can you improve your work relationships? And this is by being very centered and grounded, focusing on what you want to do, visualizing it, and seeing through to the truth, of the situation, of the people involved, who's really on the team, who's not, who's got your back, who doesn't. And then I think if you look at your life in general, family, friends, significant others, there's a need to really be very grounded and focused and see who's got your back, because you have the card of commitment. And so if you're somebody who's been waffling back and forth, trying to decide between this relationship or that relationship, or you just in one, but do I marry or don't I marry? Do we move in together or don't we move in together? Do we stop seeing other people or don't we stop seeing other people? Right? Like whatever the next level of commitment is there, I think there's an opportunity for you to make a commitment this first quarter. If not to a person, and then committing to the idea that the more grounded I am, the more centered I am, the more authentic to who I am, the more I have the ability to attract and bring into my life somebody who is equally matched. We always bring in the equally matched. We either bring in the equally matched teacher or the equally matched student, but that's not the kind of intimate partnership you want to go through life with. You want to go through life with someone who is on the same level as you are, and you're both still willing to grow and learn together. Interdependence as opposed to codependence. So I think the more you commit to the idea that I want to be in a partnership that has the ability to be committed and transform my life, that allows me to be magnificent, but if it's equal, that means you allow your partner to be magnificent. Right? And so really looks very good. You guys still have the North Node doesn't get out of Taurus until June, but even so, there is still one more full moon eclipse in Taurus that happens in 2023. It happens it's a full moon in Taurus in October 28th. It's at 5 degrees of Taurus. So if you know your chart and that's significant, that might be significant. So in May, on May 5th, there's one more south node eclipse that happens during your birthday time. Here's what Spirit wants you to know. It's the divine timing. It's divine timing. And so the way everything's been shifting around, things are falling in. They're finally, like some things are slotting into place. Other things require you. It might be divine timing that you're finally able to see through the BS to the truth of a situation, whether that's financial or in a relationship or both. So everything is timing, and timing is everything. Gladly I release my concern over timing and let things happen when and as they will. I trust the divine schedule makers know what they are doing. It can take a long time to reach divine middle management. So much the way you move, slowly, but determinedly, right? I mean, he's not running. He's walking with confidence. Divine timing is going to fall into place this year. But these eclipses are going to keep moving some of the pieces along the way. But this looks really good for a first quarter. That's amazing. And so this isn't for the year, although it can be, but it's definitely for the first quarter. So there's still that pause, that wait. We have a Mercury's in retrograde and Mars is in retrograde until right up before that new moon in Aquarius on January 21st. So really nothing's going to happen much of anywhere. But that first 3 weeks of the year, really prime time for doing the research, getting down into the details, doing the autopsy of a relationship or your financial books or whatever it is that you're doing, right? And so that is a really good time if you're looking for a quiet space in which to think before everything starts getting busy, first 3 weeks of the year. All right, Taurus, I hope you found that helpful. So I have an extended for the next 3 quarters. If you'd like to purchase that information is down below. And also, if you'd like a personal reading for yourself or give it for a gift for someone else, the details for that are below also. You guys take really good care, and I'll talk to you again soon.